What do I want to say with this story? Yeah? What do you want to say with this story? What do you think? What do you think with this story? I think running away is what I want to say with this. You know, change is possible. Fuck me, man. I could see it in everybody's eyes that they were just like, we're not gonna make it. And then everyone's still treating it like, you know what? We'll just see. And I'm like, no, like, in my mind, I get it. I see what you guys are telling me. I'm not gonna let myself believe we're gonna make the date now.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
Revolutionized the gaming industry with its epic storytelling, jaw-dropping action sequences, not to mention a quick and brutal lesson on Greek mythology.
Ares! Burn this village! Burn it to the ground!
We're talking about one of the most iconic characters in the history of video games.
Yeah, it's an ass-kicking game. It is.
So I don't know how many, what the demographic is of women that play these games as opposed to men. I'm guessing that the ratio is probably like 9 to 1.
I bring the destruction of Olympus.
Ladies and gentlemen, the creative directors of the God of War franchise. What exactly does a game director do?
That's just pure carnage from start to finish.
Very early on, he or she has to be able to play the game from beginning to end in their head.
Grabbing people and throwing people around, and like you get that sense of empowerment, you know, like nothing can stop you.
Especially in the first God of War, when nobody, with the exception of a couple of us, had any idea what it was.
So to me, a God of War game is about the action, it's about the rage.
I was a god in the beginning, and then I was put down, and then I came back and destroyed everybody.
On God of War 2, he expanded the story of Kratos, deepening the saga and turning it into a legend. Please welcome Cory Barlog.
A lot of the time, we have no clue what we're talking about. I mean, there are a lot of leaps that you make in this job where you're like, all right, look, I kind of know what I want, but sometimes you're discovering as you go.
So how did you guys become game directors?
It's
For
just
me, it
sort
was
of a
just that Cory
happenstance
quit.
thing. Yeah, no. I quit, so he quit, so I got it. So really, all you gotta do is find somebody to quit.
I pledged an oath in blood.
God of War 1, about a guy who puts everything aside for work, and he loses his wife, and he loses his kid.
Pain is all I have left.
Hello, Kratos.
Few games embody the definition of epic quite like God of War, so it's disappointing that the release of Ascension brings with it a whiff of a series that's treading water rather than driving forward.
So I guess killing people solves problems is not really gonna go over so well. Oh, where am I sitting? No, Cory with an E is sitting here. Cory without an E isn't sitting at this table. Oh, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. I am an 80s television star, but that's all right. We'll let this one slide, maybe.
Thank you, sir.
For me, this was a very long journey. We were in a tough time within the studio, and there was a lot of emphasis that we as a team were putting on rebooting this franchise and what does that mean. And there's a lot of risk just in that one sort of concept. Reboot is, as Cory and you guys know, it's not as easy as it sounds.
Okay? First position, playback, action, and then cut, reset. We will do our thing, and then go back into first position, playback, action. Does anybody want to write that down for me? Because I feel like I'm gonna mess it up.
Before he came back to the studio, I could tell he was a completely different person. He had gotten married, was a father, and he was telling a completely different story just, you know, as Cory Barlog.
Legend or a myth or something like that? Shannon, where did you get this wonderful lawn turtle?
I don't know.
Did it just appear?
Show up? Yeah.
No, you still haven't cracked the mystery of nobody came out?
No one
claimed it.
Somebody stuck it in my garden and it's just been there.
Do you know what that means?
I don't.
Appearance of a turtle in your garden. You lied. I have no idea. I was trying to stall to come up with something interesting. When I came back to Santa Monica, we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do. I know that what we wanted to do was not going to just be make another God of War game. Knowing that, we knew that same old Kratos, rage-filled, crazy guy, was not going to work. And I kind of started thinking about this idea that if Kratos ever got a second chance, you know, this idea of like when I had a kid, I feel like my perspective on everything changed. Hello. Hey, all right. Hi. Do you want to come over and see what Papa? Come on. We'll go over here. We'll go call action. Can you say action?
Action.
Action. See, he's learning.
Success means the world to Santa Monica Studio. I mean, this is something that, hold on, my pocket's buzzing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know,
We're
sorry.
definitely treating that.
It was Shannon's idea to go find Cory again and bring him back as one of the original vision holders of the whole world that was God of War, and give him time to really try to come up with, how do we reinvent this franchise? How can we just make it not just bigger and better and the same, but bigger and better and different?
After Ascension, they did this thing to check how the audience felt about God of War, right? The overwhelming vibe was that they were done with Kratos. You know, Kratos either needed to go away or needed a fresh start.